My name is Milda Shams, and I am Senior Marketing Manager at Oxipit. So I do have a background in advertising and marketing, and I joined there originally when I was in my decision what I want to do with my future. It was between the law school and the advertising. And I loved both, and I thought I could do really good in both of the subjects, but I really had strong creativity within me. And the idea of combining creativity and business and strategic thinking, all of these things took me towards the advertising. I started in advertising companies and working with the B2C customers and different kind of brands. And it was really, really great because I've always loved storytelling and understanding people and connecting ideas. And that's what I really could perfect in the advertising agency. But at some point, I wanted my work to have a deeper meaning. Moving into healthcare, and later radiology, AI, felt like a natural step for me because I'm always thinking about the mission and the actual impact that I'm doing with my work. And I think it's very important that if you can do and affect in a positive way other people's life with your everyday's work, it's just the best thing you could ever do, really. Being in a big corporate organization really, really taught me so much. And at Sector, I learned all of the basic and grounds and like being all about the industry. It was the whole enterprise portfolio. So it was very wide knowledge and understanding all of the aspects of different departments and pain points of different departments and doctors. We had a big team and we worked with the really big shows, with the big projects and globally, and it taught me so much. When I moved to AI in radiology and in a startup environment, it was very energizing. And now I love both of the worlds, so I'm not going to put like this or that is better. I think both are great in the different ways, because in a startup environment, you wear multiple hats. You get to try different things. You get to try you really have to rely on your instinct. You not always have the guidance or someone that says, oh, you should do this or that. You just really have to know and trust your gut and just go for it and make decisions. And you also get to see the decisions that you're making, the impact quite immediately. So there's no long processes of confirming this or that step. You just go for it. Well, yes, definitely. There have been moments, especially early on, where I was only woman in the room and I felt intimidated, right? I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. But then I learned to turn that around and think of that as an advantage, because it really could be a very positive thing most of the time when you can be the minority and you can actually stand out, and then your voice stands out as well from the crowd, not because you're a woman, but because you bring a different kind of thinking. And I try to lead with empathy, intuition, and clear communication. And those qualities often bring balance to technical conversations in those rooms. Well, I think when you think about this kind of why I do what I do, it really boils down to every customer that we talk to, because we do have like a lot of happy customers. And when I connect with them and I talk and discuss what the impact our solution is doing and how it affects their daily workflow, I always get really positive feedback. And I think that's the moment when you think, oh my God, this is so good to hear. You really feel then that their relief contributes directly to their patients, right? So you get to see that kind of where it actually ends up and what the effect it does on the healthcare institution, on the patients, and of course on the radiologist's well-being. Last year, we saw also some customers that were really interested in the autonomy and autonomous workflows, and they realized the value of removing healthy chest X-ray from their work lists. And it was even more refreshing to connect with them because you could see how much of an impact it makes in their daily life. Every time when I go back from these meetings, I feel like, well, that was nice. Like, this is really why I do what I do, because if they're happy, if they're relieved, if they see that, they can focus more on the complex cases, they can prioritize the urgent cases, then you really see that whatever you're doing, this little bit of marketing and communication and all of this, like, contributing to our solution being visible worldwide, it actually also helps eventually to improve the patients and healthcare providers every day. My top things that I do when I want to reset and I, take a break and go back to myself, kind of, I love painting, and I also do like yoga and Pilates, but also play piano. That is my go-to when I need, the moment during the day. Even I have a piano in my home, so have a coffee break, sit down and play some notes and just get myself grounded, because I think creativity doesn't happen when you're rushing, right? It's one of the things and biggest challenges, I would say, being a marketeer, right? Because you have to be creative, you have to always come up with the ideas and new things, but that's when what you need to realize, it doesn't come when you rush and you try to press it out. It happens when you create a space to think and feel inspired again. My superpower as woman in AI that I bring to the table would be, I would say, intuition and ability to read between the lines and scan the room. That natural sense that for how people think, feel, and connect. And I think, like, AI can process data, but it can't read the room or sense something which just feels right. And I think me being as a woman in the AI and between all these technical conversations that we talked before, it is really a big strength, I think, that you can just by scanning and observing some people, and you can already read the room and what is happening, what is the atmosphere. So I think it actually helps me a lot when I do the customer interactions, when I'm at the trade shows and in the booth, and meeting all these people and being able to adjust to their mood and where they are at to be able to have an even better and deeper conversation. So definitely, I would say that's one of my superpowers. Whenever they hear that I work with radiology AI and the word AI, they think that all I do every day is just coding. I laugh and explain that I know nothing about coding, to be honest. AI is just much more than algorithms, and it's about communication, trust, connection between two people before AI even comes into the room, right? And it's technology only matters when people understand and believe in it. And that's where storytelling and what I do essentially plays such a big role. All the women considering entering the field for the first time, I would say start before you feel ready. You'll never have all the answers, and that's okay. No one does. Bring your perspective, your curiosity, your voice. Those are your strengths, right? And surround yourself with people who challenge and support you in equal measure. And what I discovered when I joined this field is that there are so many women that are really inspiring. They're really someone you can look up to. And I think what is important is that you would find your own mentors, because that's what I did. And I have several women that I can always go to. I can call middle of the day and I say, listen, I have this question, this happened, or do you have 5 minutes? I just need a chat. And I think it's very important to find these kind of women and surround yourself with them and to sort of build your own little community where you feel safe and you can grow. But as I said in the beginning, start before you feel ready.